Overland Park today at the Midwest Tea Festival. Tea is the second most consumed drink in the world, but the history of tea in America isn't nearly as ancient as the practice itself. FOX4's Carrie Wickersham is live in Overland Park with more. So, Carrie, what's number one?
What do you think? It's not Diet Coke. Water. Water's number one. Tea is number two globally. And tea is made from water, so tea should be number one. This is Sherman Tylawsky, and Sherman is one of the presenters here, and he's going to talk a little bit about the history of tea in America. But while you're talking, I want to kind of show folks around. There's 12 different vendors here from around the country. They're really about educating you. What are you going to talk about? Did we start with the Boston Tea Party?
Technically, no, but much of the country that we all love and appreciate stems from the Boston Tea Party. Started with the Townsend Acts, with the Tea Act, and all the other acts that effectively made people rally around a cause. Not just a cause, but it eventually became a Declaration of Independence, ultimately became a country after the American Revolutionary War. It certainly played a very big role in the way we look at tea as a beverage, but also the way we look at tea as a way of living life.
Okay, so we have teas here from around the world. Definitely, if you start looking over here in Anne Marie's tea, and they're in Liberty, but they're getting teas from England, from China, from Japan. Much tea grown here in America?
There are some places in America, like for example, South Carolina with the Charleston tea plantation, but so much of tea in American history is largely based on the roots of Britain and the way that Britain became such a major trading partner around the world. That ultimately shifted the focus to the American colonies when tea was starting to become shipped to the colonies, and we saw the Dutch, we saw all these other countries start shipping tea, and ultimately became such a fascinating beverage for Americans until the American Revolution.
Okay, it is fascinating. Tea is super important to people. It came over on the Mayflower. There have been wars waged because of tea.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the British as a major trading partner, when you're trading with the East India Company halfway across the world, you're going to have conflicts with China, with India, with other world powers around there. So conflicts had always been around for decades or even centuries, but it was really that focus back to the colonies when tea not only became a source of conflict, became the source of a new country that we all now appreciate so much here in this day and age.
What do you think it is about tea that makes such devotees?
I love the pun there, right?
I mean, really, that you're willing to hold your teacup in one hand like a genteel person with your shotgun in the other hand, like back off from my tea.
Yeah, I think it's the ability to connect with people over a cup of tea. It's the etiquette, it's the ability to speak about all kinds of issues, serious issues, funny issues, whatever it is that people want to speak about, they get to do it over a cup of tea. That kind of civility, that ability to rally around a tradition that's been around for thousands of years is truly a blessing for a lot of people. And the Midwest Tea Festival is a culmination of people who love that power of tea.
Okay, you're a history buff, and we know that. You've got a podcast. Give it to me real quick, the podcast.
It's called Friends and Fellow Citizens. It is named after the first four words of Washington's farewell address, and the goal is to be able to rally around civic principles that our country was founded and to apply those principles in today's society.
Okay. That's a good one we need to listen to. I also think after his speech, maybe we need to give more tea to the folks in Congress, some of our government leaders, if it really breeds civility. I don't know. I'm Carrie Wickersham, FOX4 News. Back to you.
Doubtful. Carrie, thanks.
Raise it, baby.